The King's Speech, the Colin Firth movie that's received a dozen Oscar nominations, is also being hailed for shining a spotlight on stuttering. The film shows how King George VI, with the help of a speech therapist, overcame his severe impediment to lead a nation hovering on the brink of war. In tonight's Healthwatch, NJN News health and medical correspondent Sarah Lee Kessler borrows the spotlight from the film to put stuttering at center stage.
Once there were two princesses.
You don't have to be a royal to stutter. The communication disorder that impacted King George VI, leaving him with a lifelong fear of public speaking, affects 3 million Americans, 4 times as many males as females.
It has nothing to do with intellect or emotions, but it does cause the person to feel tense because he can't speak.
Barbara Dahm, a speech therapist with offices in New Jersey and Israel, credits the movie The King's Speech with shedding light on stuttering.
It has been wonderful for people who stutter because finally the subject is coming out and people are talking about it freely.
When did the defect start?
I've always been this way.
I doubt that.
Don't tell me it's my stammer.
Experts believe fluency disorder, as stuttering is also called, begins in childhood. Dr. Ariel Shidlo, a psychologist who's one of Dahm's adult patients, says he recalls stuttering in first grade.
It was a source of a lot of frustration, a lot of shame, a lot of embarrassment.
We don't know the exact cause, but we do know that there is a genetic element to it. It does run in families.
The Stuttering Foundation of America says in addition to genetics, brain processing differences, family dynamics, and developmental delays likely play roles too. Can stuttering be cured?
Stuttering isn't a disease, and therefore there's no cure. It's a processing problem. And our brains can learn to process differently.
In the movie, as in real life, King George VI found his voice under the tutelage of Lionel Logue, a speech therapist with an unorthodox approach.
Manufacturing district.
Another deep breath, and Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Went up the hill.
Most of today's treatment programs are designed to teach stutterers to slow down and to control their breathing. But Barbara Dahm rejects that method in favor of one that she developed called dynamic stuttering therapy, which encourages stutterers to relinquish control.
It differs in that we don't focus on the fluency and we don't focus on the stuttering. We focus on the natural processes of speech production. And louder. Okay.
It's a paradoxical thing of trying to work hard at working less so you can allow the speech to just happen by itself.
In this grave hour.
The King's Speech, of course, was carefully orchestrated, but no matter what the approach, speech experts are grateful that stuttering is now getting positive media attention. Sarah Lee Kessler, NJN News, Midland Park.